Hi there, poetry family. I've been performing all day today. I performed for a podcast. I performed at Voices of the Barrio. And I just thought, I'm all dressed up anyhow. Why not just go ahead and do a poetry video? I read over 400 Rumi poems. I got really into Rumi. And who was Rumi? Well, he was a Persian Muslim poet who lived from 1207 through 73. And as near as I can tell from reading 400 poems by him, he was either drunk or in some sort of religious trance or ecstasy or both most of the time. And you can't really tell if he's writing about God or if he's writing about his lover. It's very confusing at times, and I think it's meant to be. My opinion, well, who gives a fuck about my opinion? Let's just read the poetry. Yeah, let's just do that. It's so much better than hearing my opinion. Okay, so the poems I selected, some of them were selected by me, and then it was somewhat of a random process too. All right, I'm going to read poem 368. I took my favorites and then I picked randomly from among my favorites is what I did. Rumi is very good. There's a reason his poems have lasted as long as they have. 368. Go, love, for you have become the most perfect of the lovely ones. You have smitten the necks of penitents and the penitent. What can one rely on for your love? For you are such a thunderbolt. Who can associate with you? For you are all brawling. Neither heaven nor earth can stand or withstand you. You are not in these 6 directions, so whence have you come? The 8 paradises are in love with you. How beautiful is your face. The 7 hells tremble at you. What a fire temple are you. Hell says to you, pass, for I cannot endure you. You are the paradise of paradise and were the hell of hell. Lovers' eyes are wet on their skirts because of your sweet eyes. You are the provocation and brigand of every ascetic man and woman. To be without you is the cloister, is nothing but madness. For you are the very life of the cloister and the temple. Give justice to my ruined heart, O judge of love, for you have taken tribute from my ruined village. Simple heart of mine, from whom do you seek justice? It is lawful to love, to shed blood, if you are of this guild. Justice for lovers is beyond the bounds of the soul. You are engaged in useless thought and fancy. Only the angels' attributes are privy to love for sure. You are a prisoner of the attributes of donkey and div and wild beast. Enough. Practice not magic. First deliver yourself, for you are the prisoner of the passion for magic and jugglery. Okay, number 83. At the dawn hour, a moon appeared in the sky, came down from the sky and gazed upon me. Like a hawk which seizes a bird at the time of hunting, that moon snatched me up and ran over the sky. When I gazed at myself, I saw myself no more, because in that moon my body through grace became like the soul. When I voyaged in soul, I saw naught but the moon, so that the secret of the eternal revelation was all disclosed. The 9 spheres of heaven were all absorbed in that moon. The ship of my being was entirely hidden in the sea. That sea surged, and reason arose again and cast abroad a voice. Thus it happened, and so it befell. The sea foamed, and at every foam fleck something took form, and something was bodied forth. Every foam fleck of body which received a sign from that sea melted forthwith and became spirit in that sea. Without the royal fortune of Shams al-Din of Tabriz, one could neither behold the moon nor become the sea. Okay, now we're going to read 71. Once again the drunkard's head from drunkenness has come into prostration, has perchance that minstrel of the soul struck up music from the veil. The reckless gamblers of head and soul once more are rioting. Being has departed into annihilation, and annihilation has come into being. Once more the world is full of the sounds of Seraphil's trumpet. The trustee of the unseen has become visible, for goods and chattel have come to the soul. See how the earthly particles have received fresh life. All their earthiness has turned to purity, all their loss become gain. That world is without color, yet out of the crucible of the sight, like light, this red and blue have issued from the color-mixing soul. The body's portion of this is color, the soul's portion is delight, for the cauldron's portion from the kitchen's fire is smoke. Consume, O heart, for as long as you are raw, the scent of the heart will not come from you. When did you ever know anyone to produce the scent of incense without fire? The scent is always with the incense. It never departed or returned thither. One man says it came late, another says it came early. The emperor has not fled from the ranks. Only the helmet and armor are a veil. The veil over his moonlike face is a helmet against the blows of mortals. Okay, let's see, that was 71. Now I'm going to read 23. It was so hard to narrow it down from 400 poems. They're all so good. Bring into motion your amber scattering tress. Bring into dancing the soul of the Sufis. Sun, moon, and stars dancing around the circle. We dancing in the mist. Set that mist a-dancing. Your grace, minstrel-wise, with the smallest melody brings into the wheel the Sufis of heaven. The breeze of spring comes hurrying, uttering a melody. It sets the world a-laughing, raises autumn from the dead. Many a snake becomes a friend, rose partners thorn. The season of scattering largesse has come to the king of the orchard. Every moment, a perfume wafts from the garden like a message from wither, as if to say, cry welcome today to the friends. The orchard, departed into its secret heart, is speaking to you. Do you depart into your own secret, that life may come to your soul? That the lily's bud may open its secret to the cypress, that the tulip may bring good tidings to the willow and Judas tree, that the secret of every young shoot may emerge from the depths, the ascensionists having set up a ladder in the garden. The songbirds and nightingales are seated in the branches, like the guardian enjoying his stipend from the treasury. These leaves are like tongues, these fruits like hearts. When the hearts show their faces, they give worth to the tongue. Okay, 374. O you who have shaken a whole world, the voice of the reed, the voice of the reed, the voice of the reed. What is the reed? To that beloved of the sweet kiss, the place to kiss, the place to kiss, the place to kiss. That reed without hand and foot fetches from men hand and foot, hand and foot, hand and foot. The reed is a pretext. This is not the responsibility of the reed. This is nothing but the sound of the wings of the phoenix. God himself it is. What is all this veil? It is drawing the people of God to God. We are beggars. God is the all-sufficient. No, what you see of the beggar is due to the rich. We are all darkness, and God the light. From the sun came the rays of this abode. Since the light in the house is mingled with shadow, if you desire the light, come out of the house to the roof. Now you are happy, now depressed. If you do not want to be a depressed heart, depart out of this depression. 118. On the day of death, when my bier is on the move, do not suppose that I have any pain at leaving this world. Do not weep for me, do not say, alas, alas. You will fall into the devil's snare, that indeed would be alas. When you see my hearse, say not parting, parting. That time there will be for me union and encounter. When you commit me to the grave, say not farewell, farewell, for the grave is a veil over the reunion of paradise. Having seen the going down, look upon the coming up. How should setting appear the sun and the moon? To you it appears as setting, but it is a rising. The tomb appears as a prison, but it is a release for the soul. What seed ever went down into the earth which did not grow? What do you doubt so regarding the human seed? What bucket ever went down and came not out full? What this complaining of the well by the Joseph of the Spirit? When you have closed your mouth on this side, open it on that, for your shout of triumph will echo in the placeless air. Okay. 62. Fair ones, a fair one has gone mad. His bowl has fallen from our roof, he has gone to the madhouse. He circled about the pool like men athirst, seeking and searching. Suddenly, like a dry crust, he became a sop in our pool. Learned man, stop up your ears against this. Do not listen to this incantation, for he has become a legend through our charm. The ears do not escape from this ring, which has robbed our minds of reason. Having laid his head on the millstone, he vanished like a grain into the measure. Regard it not as sport, regard it not as sport. Here choose gambling away life. Heads in plenty through love of his curls have become turned upside down like a comb. But be not puffed up by your reason. Many a well-trusted master who was a pillar of the world has become more lamenting than the moaning pillar. I, who have cut away from life, rose-like have rent my robe, thence have become such that my reason has become a stranger to my soul. Those drops of individual reason have become vanquished in the sea of reason. The atoms of these fragmentary souls have become annihilated in the beloved. I will keep silent. I will perform the command and hide this candle, a candle in whose light the sun and the moon are moths. Okay, 206. I don't care if this is a long video. You guys have to hear these poems. They're fantastic. The time has come for us to become madmen in your chain, to burst our bonds and become estranged from all, to yield up our souls, no more to bear the disgrace of such a soul, to set fire to our house and run like fire to the tavern. Until we ferment, we shall not escape from this vat of the world. How then shall we become intimate with the lip of that flagon and bowl? Listen to true words from a madman. Do not suppose that we become true men until we die. It is necessary that we should become more inverted than the tip of a comb and the top of the twisted tress of felicity. Spread our wings and pinions like a tree in the orchard, if like a seed we are to be scattered on this road of annihilation. Though we are of stone, we shall become like wax for your seal. Though we be candles, we shall become a moth in the track of your light. Though we are kings, we shall travel straight as rooks for your sake, that we may become blessed through your queen on this chessboard. In the face of the mirror of love, we must not breathe a word of ourselves. We must become intimate with your treasure when we are changed to waste. Like the tale of the heart, we must be without head or ending, that we may become dwellers in the heart of lovers, like a tale. If he acts the seeker, we shall attain to being sought. If he acts the key, we shall become all the wards of the lock. If Mustafa does not make his way and couch in our hearts, it is meet that we should lament and become like the wailing column. No, be silent, for one must observe silence towards the watchman when we go towards the pavilion by night. All right, 119. Love took away sleep from me, and love takes away sleep, for love purchases not the soul and mind for so much as half a barley corn. Love is a black lion, thirsty and blood-drinking. It pastures only on the blood of lovers. It clings to you in affection and drags you to the snare when you have fallen in, and then it looks on from afar. Love is a tyrannous prince, an unscrupulous police officer. It tortures and strangles the innocent. Whosoever falls into love's hands weeps like a cloud. Whosoever dwells afar from love freezes like snow. Every instant love shatters 1,000 bowls into fragments. Every moment stitches and rends 1,000 garments. Love causes 1,000 eyes to weep and goes on laughing. Love slays miserably 1,000 souls and counts them as one. Through the Smyrna flies happily in Mount Quaff. When it sees love's snare, it falls and flies no more. No man escapes from love's cords by deceit or madness. No reasoning man escapes from its snare by intelligence. My words are disordered because of love, else I would have shown you the way love travels. I would have shown you how love seizes the lion. I would have shown you how love hunts the prey. Okay, what now? Number 44. And I didn't tell you my opinion, but you can tell me yours in the comments. Because we're not interested in my opinion, but we're interested in yours. Okay. Today a new madness has arrived. It has dragged the chains of 1,000 hearts. Today it has rent the sides of the bags of white sugar candy. Again, that Bedouin has purchased the Joseph of beauty for 18 base pieces. All nights the souls in glory and felicity pastured amidst narcissus and jasmine, until with the dawn, of course, every spirit leaped forth nimbly and sprightly. Today narcissus bed and anemone have blossomed out of stones and clods. The trees have bloomed in the midst of winter. In January, fruits have ripened. You might say that God has created a new world in the ancient world. Lover Gnostic, recite this ode, for love has chosen you out of all lovers. On your golden cheek there is a tooth mark. Has that silvery breasted one perchance bitten you? Is that the right that he should cherish that heart which has throbbed so much in anguish for him? Silence, go sauntering through the meadow, for today is the turn for the eyes to behold. Okay. Number 301. Your heart has become like a granite rock, and what can be done with granite rock? What can glass do with granite rock, except become shattered to pieces? You laugh like the true dawn that the star may yield its life before you. Since love opened its bosom, thought has fled into boundary. When patience perceived that flight, excuse me, it too escaped on horse. Patience and reason are gone. Passion remained, weeping and in a fever. Some men, being separated from your wine, are fallen on the road like dregs. Though their livers have turned to blood, yet they are nimble and reckless on this path. Because of this business we have become strangers to reason and to the busybody heart. Love is the reality of command. Poetry is the drum of indication. Beware, for our prince is galloping. Every morning he is on a raid. Leave this theme of loneliness and separation, out of terror of which descriptive language breaks. The imam has fled. Muezzin, be silent. Descend from the minaret. Okay, 2 more. 111. I really enjoyed. You've got to read all of these if you can. If you have the time to read 400 Rumi poems, do it. Do it! This is just an introduction to Rumi. Rumi is fantastic. 111. The sweetheart appeared asleep. I called from the garden. Quick, have I stolen a peach? The sweetheart, in fact, was not asleep. He laughed and said, the fox, then, with cunning, how did it so easily steal the quarry from the lion's hands? Who milks a cloud? Who succeeds in reaching there, unless perchance the cloud of itself shows generosity? How can the non-existent contrive to bring into existence? It is God's bounty that bestows existence on the non-existent. Sit as if non-existent, for in ritual prayer one only gives the greeting when seated. It is through humility that water avails itself against fire, for fire stands up, whereas water is prostrate. When the lip is silent, the heart has 100 tongues. Be silent. How long do you desire to make trial of him? And the last poem by Rumi I'm going to read you. My long day of performing, which I've enjoyed very much. Number 65. The springtide of lovers has come, that this dust bowl may become a garden. The proclamation of heaven has come, that the bird of the soul may rise in flight. The sea becomes full of pearls. The salt marsh becomes sweet at Kothar. The stone becomes a ruby from the mine. The body becomes holy soul. If the eyes and souls of lovers are raining like a flood, like a cloud, yet the heart within the body's cloud is flashing like lightning. Do you know why the lover's eyes have become like a cloud in love? Because that moon generally is concealed in clouds. Happy and laughing hour when those clouds have begun to weep. Lord, what a blessed state when those lightnings are laughing. Oh, those hundreds of thousands of drops, not one drop falls upon earth, for if it should fall upon the earth, the whole world would be laid in ruin. Though the whole world be laid in ruin, yet every desolation through love becomes fellow mariner with Noah, and so is intimate with the flood. Did the flood abate, the heavens would not go round. Through that wave beyond direction, these 6 directions keep in motion. You who remain fast under these 6 directions, at once sorrow and do not sorrow, for those seeds beneath the ground will one day become a plantation of date trees. One day that root will raise its head from the dust. It will become a fresh green branch. What if 2 or 3 branches should wither? The rest of the tree will be pregnant with life. And when the dry branch is set afire, the fire will be joyous like the soul. And if that is not this, it will become this. If this is not that, it will become that. Something has closed my mouth as if to say, what? Drunk and on the edge of the roof? Whatever it may be that bewilders you, that is the thing bewildered at him. So we'll end with drunk and on the edge of the roof. That's Rumi. I hope you enjoyed it, poetry family. Have a great night. Mwah.